Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frost Written. While I mute this thing over here, I am Frost, and I'm here to work on the lore of the Legend Seeker TCRPG setting that Erudi is working on, and drink hot sauce coffee, which doesn't have hot sauce in it yet, but it will shortly, and chat with you as I do this. Hey, Levistro. All right, here goes the hot sauce, and there we go. Good amount. It's a cool day today. So I was out putting some stuff away. There was frost on the ground this morning, which, you know, given my name, perfect, right? And yeah, I'm just making sure that some stuff was put away. I'm getting the lawnmower ready to button it up, put that away, and totally, ouch. Stuck my finger in hot coffee. I totally did something also stupid to my wrist today. I'm not sure what I did. Because I was moving the lawnmower around when I didn't have it on. I do the farmer thing occasionally where I move things that I'm not supposed to move, and it's later on I'm like, hey, that kind of hurts. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to be working on some more gods today. I'm about most of the way through Arendor right now. And just kind of going through, getting some verification from Erudi on a few points, and moving a few things around sentence-wise and all that. It's fun. Why are you on the ground this morning? Wah, wah, wah. Thanks, yeah, my wrist, it's never fun. I never like hurting my wrist. It's not a good thing. It just hurts right here. Along down in here, so I did something to this side, either the tendons or the little bones or the meat. I don't know what I did exactly. Probably pushed something or pulled something the wrong way. Luckily, I type mainly with my right hand. This is my coffee hand, though. I'm suffering through it, though. I'm going to do it. How are you doing, Levistro? Or should I say, Levistro? Yeah, I was being probably stupid, Chrysanth, because I have my lawnmower. I pretty much have it set to go for the winter, but I was so gung-ho to get, you know, all the gas out of it and get everything fixed up and get it all ready for the winter and everything that I was like, oh yeah, it's still sitting out on the parking pad. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'll just disengage the drivetrain and I'll just push it in. And yeah, I didn't disengage it all the way, and I pushed it, and I'm like, oh, it's not moving. I was like, oh, I gotta angle the wheels. So I turned the wheels, and then I picked up the back end of it and moved it to the side because I'm like, is it on something? I think I hurt my wrist doing that. But I got it into the garage, and it's mostly ready to go for the winter. I just have to disconnect the battery and some other stuff. So, yeah, I'm smart. I make good choices. 1d6 lawnmower damage. Prepping for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff to prep for. But you got a little one, so you got a lot of stuff to do. Thanks. I'm having hot sauce coffee, so it should fix it all. And I had bone broth. And I'm also drinking, because I always have to have so many drinks, I'm having pomegranate juice, because it's good. And I have a Coke. And I had a glass of water beforehand. Gotta keep hydrated. Alright, so I'm playing around with a couple of sentences here in Arendor. I talked to Erudi just a few moments ago about things, and yeah, he cleared me up. But he was also right. I'm going to let you guys know that this brand of Doritos, this bag that makes my head disappear because it's green, the Salsa Verde Doritos, they're very good. They're very good. It's not a sponsorship by them or anything, but they're very good. I've never had them before. They're not the best, but they're very good. The Pom stuff is really good. I love pomegranate juice. This one is pomegranate cherry. It's really strong juice, though. So if you don't like a really strong tasting juice, like, you know, cranberry juice or whatever, this is a great taste to it, but you could also dilute this in other things. So I like it a lot, though. I'm a fan of just eating pomegranates, too, though, so Hey, we got a Kaio. We got an Erudi. Yeah, better than cutting my fingers off with a machete. Exactly. I didn't Vask it. Don't normally buy snacks though. Yeah, I don't think they have them in small bags, Chrysant, so you might have to get a whole bag. Sorry. Had to fend someone off who wanted to buy your house, so they just walk up and say, "Hey, how you doing? I'll pay you this many dollars for your house." All right. Appreciate some protection. Okay. Acts of stewardships, tending the land, care for injured animals, planting new trees. Okay, that is covered properly. Teaching and cultivate a deeper connection with the natural world. All right. Wardens of the Wild. That's actually what happens. That's great. That's great. Hey, if they want to pay you like double what your house is worth, there you go. Erendor expects his worshippers to respect and protect the natural world in all its forms, adhering to a strict moral and ethical code that governs their interaction with animals, plants, and environment at large. Oh, I'm thinking that Benology might not succeed at this. Erendor might want his head for not adhering to a strict moral code that governs the interaction with animal, plants, and environment at large. Just saying. Chrysant, I hope you use the heavy shovel. Nice. My own radical opinions, exactly. I have radical opinions. I like snacks occasionally. Woo! I mean, in addition to eating all healthily, I'm also eating pork and beef snack sticks, which are not healthy. But they're also really hot. They're just filled with burning red pepper, which is really good. But, woo! All right. In return... I'm answering my brother's text here. He's still on vacation, sending me awesome pictures of places they're eating down on the Gulf. Woohoo! It's the only flavor you could eat a whole bag of in one sitting, Erudi. I held off, but it's only because it's not my favorite flavor of those. It's also because I don't have bags of snacks sitting around all that often. Kids in a monthly VA check are saying holiday shopping has to be early. Yeah, that's why I don't buy snacks. I'll eat the entire bag of any kind of chip in one sitting. Well, uh-oh, Chrysant. Uh-oh. Hey, Smoo. How is it going? Okay, where was I? Oh, in return for their devotion, Erendor rewards his followers by granting them protection when traveling through the wilderness. May find safe passage along roads and trails, sheltered from the elements and hidden from the eyes of potential enemies. Those who defile nature, act with wanton cruelty towards denizens, may find themselves beset by sudden storms, aggressive wildlife, or even stampedes of enraged beasts. Okay. Generations to come. Alright, the Wardens of the Wilds. Okay, it's been a bastion of defense for the natural world. Navigating the treacherous wilds, taming untamed creatures. Quelling unnatural disasters. Not sure, Ruda. I'm going to have to ask you, well, I'll ask you a question now if you're here. Because since this is Erendor and it's wild and you have taming untamed creatures. Seems like taming a creature might fall more under, yeah, forte, but maybe not. Not sure if you're intending this to be like putting monsters down or calming monsters down or something like that, as opposed to taming untamed creatures. You have to let me know. Enjoying your stay in Freedom Land a lot. Oh, nice, Smoo. What I asked and clarified. Okay. Yes. Yes. So, there's a segment earlier talking about Arendor and his, what would you call her? His paramour? His love interest? He and Davila, the goddess of seduction, hedonism, and revenge, have a very fiery relationship, a very stormy relationship, because they're both very, very primal and shaped by emotions and whatnot too. They gave birth to Thalassa, the goddess of the sea, but as Erudi put it, they have a relationship like the characters in Much Ado About Nothing, a classic Shakespearean, I hate you, but I don't really hate you, but I can't stand being around you sometimes because you infuriate me, but sometimes in a good way, but they clash a lot. They're not married, but they have quite the relationship, and that's what gave rise to them having all their different assignations and trysts, and eventually her giving birth to, or them giving birth to, Thalassa. It's how the gods do things, And it's yeah, they're very, very passionate, very dangerously passionate too. I wouldn't want to be around them when they were even having a normal argument. Starting to drive to a workout. Gotta work for a bit. Good idea, Kyle. Do that. Oh, this is fun. We're talking about food, and I didn't eat dinner yet. I'm going to be doing that later. My brother just sent me pictures of food. He's got a plate with what looks to be beautiful pieces of seafood. Oh man, yeah, it's red snapper and shrimp. They made a shrimp boil and red snapper themselves at their place where they're renting. It looks so good. Dang it. Here I am eating Doritos and drinking coffee. Exactly. Yeah, he sent me a nice picture of the big pot of sausage and everything sitting there and everything cooking down. So you can't quite see it too badly, but yeah. My family loves food. Have you noticed that I love food? My family loves food. One of my brothers is a chef. One of them runs a kitchen. All of us roast pigs and cook all the time, and occasionally make preserves. One of my brothers makes alcohol occasionally, mead and wine, and the youngest mostly likes eating food. He doesn't cook a whole lot. Food is universal language, exactly. Wait, Chrysanth unleashed a new insult on you. Ooh, she is incredibly creative with those. I like it. Can we hear it? Can we hear it, Erudi? As long as Chrysanth doesn't mind her secrets getting out. We all know that she's a devil in disguise. There's a song Elvis wrote about her. Okay, Wardens of the Wild. Going back to the Wardens of the Wild. There we go. Brain dead gerbil. Well, wow. That is saying something. Holy cow. That's going to leave a mark. I like it, but it's going to leave a mark. Now I'm just picturing like a little horde of undead gerbils just walking around going, Okay. First oath, no loser. Yeah. It's a lot of insults in one. It's like, you know, little gerbil, innocent little gerbil, brain dead gerbil who's not known for being smart. It's just we could pull it apart in all its many layers here, but I don't want Erudi to get all, you know, upset. He'll be so sad. It'll just dig deeper into his soul if I pull it all apart. Layers to your insults, exactly. Insults have layers. Just like ogres. Greedy, Zereth, okay. Second oath, the oath of communion. Epic Mike. Very nice. Legend Seeker is cool. You're right about that. Welcome in while we sit here and make fun of Erudi. In the grand scheme of things, you know, it's the glue that holds everyone together. Sorry. That's just a horrible thought. Erudi is the glue. We had somebody say that in my office once years ago when a person was removed from a position of authority because they were bad at it. And they walked away and screamed to the entire office that everybody was a bunch of brain dead idiots, which is why it made me think of this, but also said they were the glue that held everything together and that everybody's going to be sorry when everything fell apart after they were not in the position they were in. Spoiler alert, nothing changed for the worse. Everything moved along just totally smoothly after that. Huh, weird. Not saying that Erudi would do that. He wouldn't say he's the glue that holds us together. But he is the glue that holds us together. Uncalled for, really. Nobody likes Crescent. I don't know. Erudi, that just kind of came out of nowhere. And Crescent just gives you a shrug. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, but I'm nobody. I'm the typical nobody. And that's how I like it. I'm quietly famous. I'm the famous person that no one knows about. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, the third oath, the Oath of Harmony, obliges members of the Order to promote peaceful coexistence between the diverse denizens of Erudia, humans, elves, dwarves, small folk, and other races alike. Resonates with Arendor's nurture good alignment. Seeks to foster unity among the inhabitants of the world he cherishes so dearly. Okay. Then we move into the verdant expanse, his lacunae, his place, a place apart from everything, his liminal space. I'm a treasure. Epic Mike Lux Crescent. Ah, there you go. Seal of approval. Today we are working on the lore for the god Erendor, the god of nature and the wilds. We're currently going through his, well, I just went through his paladin order, which is pretty cool. We should get, yeah, we should get Mike's thought on this too, because there's the paladin, Xander, the god of, he's the god of justice and light. We have the idea that he had two children, a son and a daughter who were paragons, basically kind of demigods, and they kind of exemplified different aspects of the law, the merciful law or the strict law, and one of them was killed during the God Killer War. And we have a whole backstory, a whole area that got destroyed, a whole cool place where his body was put. But trying to think of some good names for him, for the two children of Xander, the god of justice. So do you have thoughts? All right, where was? Oh yeah, I was in the verdant Expanse, yep. Erendur's divine palace resides in a unique plane known as the verdant expanse. Lush, ever-expanding realm mirrors the beauty and diversity of nature found across Erudi. I like the idea that his realm is ever-expanding. Kind of also means you could never find the end of it. It's like it's always a frontier. I like that feeling, that thought. It's always wild, it's always untamed. Yeah, I think I might. I'm trying to figure out how can I put this in here. I'm just saying it is at all times a frontier, wild and untamed, place of possibilities. Oh, why did they capitalize that? Place of possibilities and exploration. Place where time holds little sway, allowing life to flourish unimpeded by the passage of the ages. It'd be interesting to say, though it might be getting a little bit into the meat and bone of the world, of saying that you can find creatures here that no longer exist on the surface of Erudia, but then you'll get into the question of like, well, why doesn't he just put them back there? Because that's not the way nature works. Why would they be here? So, well, I'll let you give me some thoughts on the side about that, Erudi. Because we already have a place kind of that has some things that have been forgotten in the world, and that's the Umbral Atoll, where the monsters from the past live. The aesthetic of the god. Xander is the god of... He is the god of justice, so he encompasses both sides of justice, but he also is the god of light. And he has his own paladin order and all that stuff. This god we're doing right now is Erendur, the god of the nature and the wilds. But what I was talking about with you was the god of light and justice. He's a, let's see, where is he? He's muscular, robes of white and gold. All the stuff you would expect to see from a god of justice. Being radiates soft light. And he's not one of the original gods, but he was born from the collective desire for order and balance. Let's see. Yeah, think about it, because his name is Xander with an X. Xander. And he was one of the gods who never trusted Grix. Never trusted the trickster. Ever. And yeah, this, if you can see the little map up in the corner, I'll scroll over here. This happy little area here, there used to be this beautiful place with these islands sheltering this beautiful silver mirrored bay. This area here, where there was a temple to Thalassa, the queen of the goddess of the ocean, and also one to Xander here, who was maintained with a shrine by his son. And when Grix came through to make landfall to head up into this area, they destroyed these islands, killed him, and basically laid this entire area, this beautiful area, to waste when they were heading up this direction. And so yeah, his barrow is still up here, where his body was taken after he fell. He was one of the two gods, demigods, who we have killed in the God Killer War, directly by Grix. Yes, exactly. That's your cleric's name. I thought that was fun. I was like, hey. Though, is your Xander, is it spelled with an X as well? I can't remember. I know Erudi wrote this a while back. I'm just going through and flourishing and expanding and making it all kind of come to sense with the stuff that I wrote in the God Killer, the revision of the God Killer War story. It is. Oh, nice. Yeah, and since Xander is a god, his kids, the demigods, can have a name of kind of whatever flavor makes sense for a god. They don't have to really adhere to the people that we've made in the world and their different aesthetics. Yeah, I was putting them as twins, boy and a girl, kind of a mirror to the idea of in the world the two main gods, if you will, are Orin and Ariel in my mind right now, because of the first four, they are wisdom and they are love and beauty. They had twin children who are Kika, the goddess of trickery and mischief and all that fun stuff, the good side of trickery and mischief and deception, and Grix, who is the bad side of all the trickery and deception and whatnot. And they are also the moons of the world. And this is a mirror of that idea. They embody the two sides of, the kinds of law, like the merciful law, or the law that is very strict. You could go with the idea of a fairy tale version of law, where it's like, you do good things, you get good things. The other side is, you do bad things, you get bad things. There's a lot of ways we could take some of that, but I'm still working on his. I haven't rewritten his stuff yet, so we have time till we get to that. Where was I with? I was gonna look up something really quickly here on. I don't have it written down here. Yeah. So yeah, Kika's trickery and mischief, and Grix is deception and trickery. So they're both trickery. Just one's mischief and one's deception. And they are the twin moons of the world. Alright, so the verdant expanse is characterized by its boundless forest, teeming with an array of flora and fauna that defies imagination. Ancient trees stretch towards the heavens, trunks adorned with intricate patterns framed by moss and lichen. Rivers flow through the verdant meadows, nourishing the land with their life-giving waters. Okay. Living wood and stone, it merges seamlessly with its surroundings, appearing as though it has grown from the very earth itself. Walls are adorned with intricate carvings depicting scenes of flora and fauna, each one imbued with the divine essence of Arendor's power. The grand cosmology of Erudi, the verdant expanse, serves as a bastion of tranquility and balance amidst the tumultuous machinations of other gods and their realms. From the tiniest insects to the mightiest dragons are allowed to thrive free from interference by those who would do them harm. Okay. Role in the larger narrative of the world cannot be understated. As the guardian of all living things, his actions carry significant weight and bear direct consequences for the inhabitants of Erudi. One thing I did do, Erudi, in here when I was talking about his relationship with Nya was... I pointed out that they have some clashes because they have a very different take on nature, utilizing nature somewhat and also embracing nature and its raw form. So they have a little bit of a clash there. Made it feel like it's amicable between them, and he was his mentor still, but not. There's no lack of tension there because of their different aspects and their different approaches. The focus of the wizard. Yes, I do that. I just stare straight forward and do things. Okay. Well, I got through Arendor a lot quicker than I thought I would. There's two things that I have notes on that I'm going to come back to, but I'm going to give them a little bit of thought before I do anything with that. The last of the four we have to go through is Vulcan, but this gave me a thought. Because one of the things that you brought up, Erudi, when talking about people who worship Arendor are half-orcs, lizard folk, which is kind of cool, and some others, but lizard folk I thought was interesting. Yeah, because I mean, the elves do too, obviously. But since we have the soul spires here, and this is one of the many places that was completely just cataclysmically changed and destroyed by the God Killer War, there probably was a hefty group of lizard folk who used to live here. Now, I think in the centuries since the God Killer War, they probably moved around a bit. But I'm thinking, since this technically Solinor's border stops at the river, they could totally be in a swampy land down here. But I think the other thing, they may actually have a lot of stuff in the delta that was formed where the large city used to be. So I think this whole swath, this whole area through here could be totally lizard folk dominated. I think that could be fun. Oh, what is my machine doing here? What is it doing? There we go. Wouldn't let me zoom in. Yeah, because I think having, you know, all this, the highlands up here, I think the lowlands in between these areas could turn into something really cool. I'm brainstorming how that could actually come into play, because there are little hints and bits of roads and things that go around behind the hills, because the old agrium, the old roads used to be through here. That could make for some fun encounters for people, and especially if the lizard folk are making incursions back into the soul spires, trying to get back to, you know, ancestral homelands and whatnot, and clashing with the orders of the druids that are in there, trying to clean things up. That could be fun. I think that would be very good, because this is the area, and over here, where I'm doing a little more focus on trying to come up with who the people are who actually have taken up residence out here. Some of these areas are going to be wild because nobody wants to be out there, and there are no cities, nothing left. But in other areas where people have started to branch out again, there are going to be a lot of fun places to have clashes. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep that there. I'm even going to do something for myself, just so I don't forget it. Go to the layer for names. We're going to put a label here. We're going to swap the name to this, and we're going to kick it down a ways, because all we're going to do is we're just going to put the word lizard folk here so we don't forget. And we will put this in here, and we're going to make it a little bit smaller, just so we can fit it in here and remember that they're in this area. We'll just put it right in the middle there. All right, so that'll remind me that they're there. I think that could be some fun clashes, because they worship Erendor like the elves do, and this is the island where the elves have their massive tree that used to overlook the great city that was out here. So I think them hunting and wandering through here, and the place where there are keeps, and because this is where their port is, that could be pretty interesting to have them ranging through there. Oh, Chrysanth, that is true. I was going to point it out to him, but you did it, and I was like, because, yes, Erudi, it almost sounds like no duh. Yeah, exactly what Chrysanth just said. Well, maybe she's a valley girl. We don't know. Sorry. I'm trying not to laugh too much out loud, but just hearing the valley girl voice of the daughter of the god of justice saying, no, duh. Sorry. I'm trying to keep my face straight here. I got my war face on. It's failing. It's falling apart. This is why Erudi hates me. I do things like this all the time. Well, the good thing is you do it now, because the worst time for that to happen, for somebody to be like, oh my gosh, that name means poo or something like that, is after the product is in someone's hands and everyone's like, hee hee hee. So it's way better to pick on that stuff and see if it's actually something that would stick in people's mind like that. Because it's possible it might not. Maybe we're the only people who think like that. I do that all the time with character names. I'll bring a character name up to people, and they'll be like, oh, no, I'm going to make fun of it because it sounds like this. Back in high school, I used a bunch of Roman names for NPCs. And there was a guy who was he was an old priest who was kind of going blind, that they were helping, and they met him, and they were nice people, and his name was Manius. I'm like, it's a good name, it's whatever. They called him Mayonnaise, and I hated it. So I changed the guy's name eventually because they wouldn't stop doing it. I mean, it's teenagers, so that was annoying, but... So now I try and sit there and think of all the names that I come up with and be like, who could make fun of this? And if I can't think of it, then I give it to someone else and say, how dumb does this sound? Good? Bad? And then somebody like Crescent comes along and is like, sounds like monkey. Now, the only thing I would say about nadir is it sounds like the lowest point of something. It's spelled different. Maybe you're thinking it's nadir or something like that, but the nadir is the lowest point of something, and that might be, I don't know. Some similar concept I've seen. Anita, girl named Gracious or showed favor. You like the idea of reverse names? Okay. Well, sure, here and not answering message. What do you mean it's here? It's here. Are you talking about Erudi? You talking about me? Who's it? Zygor, name means punishes. Oh, interesting. Oh, Crescent. Well, you had to be specific. There's a lot of them. What did I do? Crescent is like, stop. Okay, there we go. I was specific. I said it. Well, you said it. It. But that, I thought that was a typo. Could you merciful daughter Hanita and her brother Zygor her next punishments? Yeah? Now, if we can find a way to do the reverse names with those. But reversing either of those doesn't really make a good name. Rogiz sounds like a hair product. Or a Tina. That just sounds like a llama. A Tina, come get some ham. Yeah, I know. Horrible. You're not stuck on it. Well, I mean, it's an interesting idea. I like the idea of names having meanings because usually I'll find something in some language that means something and base a name off that because, well, it has a good root. It has a name. It has a intrinsic kind of sound to it that people can understand when you use root words and root, I guess, words. for any kind of part of speech, you can actually understand, even if you don't quite get it at a basic level, what something means. If that made any sense? Maybe it didn't make sense. Yeah, I'm looking at a whole bunch of, because I have lots of names written down and what they mean. No, that one doesn't work quite well. So the two names that I was going with originally, let's see, where did I write them here? I wrote down Ari, which means lion. A-R-I. Ari. It was Ari and Asa. A-S-A. And I think Asa means the healer or one who mends, something like that. But I wasn't quite, because I was trying to find something that typified that spirit. Like there's the lion, and then there's the healer. So there's the thing that can break and the thing that won't break. Because I'm trying to figure out if that goes too far afield from the idea of what they would be in charge of. But I like the idea of him being called the lion. So yeah, I'm still playing around with that one. I'll put him in chat. So, because the problem is the fun thing from what I had there, Erudi is Asa is a palindrome of itself because it's 3 letters. Ari is not, but those could also be like a title instead of a name. Like the position that they hold is, you know, the lion or the healer, and they could actually have different. Okay, Levistro, you're fired. Turn in your dragon card. That was horrible. What have you done? I have a character named Amara in my story, in my book I wrote. That's the character's name, but yes. Amara and Gunnar. Those are kind of fun. I'm going to go back down here to here. I'm going to give them their entry here. And I'm going to put down some of these potential names. Oop, I type the best words ever, especially when I add extra letters to them. It's great. Find where Erudi is riding to nadir. Okay. Okay, got a whole bunch of good names here. Those are fun. Okay. There's my note, so I won't forget all these. Oh, I better put a space back between those. Okay. Yeah. Because that's then whatever I come up with his name, he'll be entombed in his barrow here because he fell defending these people, even though ultimately he did not survive against Grix. So, and the idea is not only did that part of like justice literally die, that sort of changed Xander's methodology or thought process. So Erudi and I had a talk about this because all the gods changed from the God Killer War. They suffered, they changed, they became slightly different than they were because of the horrible things that happened. And it's possible that he's either going to become more like this is the law, this is how you do things, you will suffer the consequences if you break the law. After that, it becomes more cold. Or, because of the loss of his son, he becomes more like his daughter was, which is the more caring, like, you've transgressed, pay your penalty, and you're forgiven, sort of, you know, the actual blind justice version of law. But, like, compassion, and not just, like, yeah, you stole a loaf of bread, 20 years. Everybody stole a loaf of bread gets 20 years. More like the punishment fits the crime sort of idea. Oh, Levistro, you and your hellic names. I'm gonna drink a little more of my hot sauce coffee here before it gets cold. I gotta trim my mustache again. Getting in the way. It grows too fast. It grows too fast. Ick, hot sauce and coffees. Meh. Mo and RT. Let's see, Gino. Those names, I don't know. They kind of feel weird and kind of greasy together. We'd never let them come together in a room because that would be bad. Right? All right, hot sauce coffee is done. Enjoy the idea because justice requires balance. Maybe he becomes more merciful and she becomes more cruel. Yeah, it's possible that since there's no outlet for that and his scion is no longer there, that that switches around somehow. Yeah, because we have all the gods kind of bearing the burdens of what the war did to them. Okay. I think that could be pretty fun. I think it could be very fun, in fact. All right, so if I put this one over here, I think what I'm going to grab next is, since I want to do these not quite in order, but sort of in order, I'm going to go on to Volcan next. I'm going to grab this section of text and pop it in here so I can start going over it. Since it's a daughter and father, he inherently has more influence, which always creates conflict between them. Yeah. And conflict is a lot of fun in this, because if you don't have conflict, you don't have much of a story. And getting that tension is a good thing, because it's possible that he blames her for the son dying, she blames him for her twin dying. So there could be all kinds of fun between them. But I mean, they're still committed. There we go. They're still committed to their various sphere and what they're in control of. But I think there could be a serious amount of conflict there, which would be fertile ground for role-playing. Because there is also a thing on the island of Agrium that is called the Lexicon, which is basically a temple, or an idea of a temple. It's where all the laws of all the mortals that have been, and all the laws that are there, are kept and watched over. By their priests and people. And I have one of the characters that I'm working on for the cleric, in fact. I think it's the cleric. Let me make sure that I'm not crazy here. Where's my document? I've got too many documents open. No, that's not where I want to go. I want to go here to my writing. Okay, there we go. Where is she here? Yeah, the legendary cleric, I have her is a scholar in the lexicon, the Great Law Temple, and her name is Cassia, and she was a very vain and callous woman, given to demeaning her subordinates, belittling their accomplishments. Only the foolish or unaware initiates dared approach her, and that was how she liked it, to be alone, unbothered, allowed to study as she wished without interruption. So she started out as a very, very smart, very vain, very callous woman. But she got better, because she is a follower of Xander, and technically the daughter and the son as well. And so her take on the whole God Killer War is what caused her to become very callous. Crescent, it's an honest question. It sounds like what we would do based on girls' daddy issues. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Levistro's just looking for some place to throw to splash out with all his money. He's like, well, wait. If I could help this young goddess in her pursuit in getting her college degree, right? That's what you're trying to do, right, Levistro? Let's get this. Wait. Where is that? Okay, there we go. There's the paragraph break. When I bring these in from the other documents, it loses some of the formatting, so I have to kind of reformat them, which is fine. I don't mind. That doesn't need to say continued. We can get rid of that heading. All right, and in contrast. So I think that going back to that, the idea that those two are having a balance of power kind of struggle would be really good for her backstory. All right, and we do this one, and we move this around here. Dun, dun, dun. Deems worthy. And once I get this reformatted, then I'll go through and start working on all the bits. And of course, right when I get in the middle of this, I hear a bunka, 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 the noise of paws against the patio door. Where is... Okay. Let me go back here once. As a deity. Ah, there we go. That's why I couldn't find the sentence. Okay, got it. There was an extra piece in there. Devotees of Vulcan. Demonstrating commitment. And we can move that one down to the next page just so I have it for my own happiness. Be tattooed and have piercings from head to toe. I got dragon lens, my hoarded treasure. Yeah, that was gone the day the kids hatched. Kids are expensive. Wow. You know Chrysantha has daddy issues? Oh, no. Gino, you're going to get shoveled. She is going to put you in the ground. It's going to happen. Let's see. Where are we at here? Oh, among the dwarves. Okay. Soul Forged. Dun, dun, dun. Worshippers of Vulcan. Where is that section? Right there. All right. Pop this one down here. Move this around. See, look at this. You guys get to see me formatting. Isn't that great? Isn't that fun? This is the stuff that I do when I'm working on this stuff. When I'm doing this off screen, I'm doing the exact same thing. And believe it or not, I'm still occasionally talking to the screen. Usually it's talking to myself, but I kind of find myself once in a while talking as if you guys are there. That doesn't make me crazy. That just makes me consistent, right? And don't give me that smirk in your mind, Chrysantha. I know you're smirking in your mind. Path, all right. Uh-huh. Smirk. Smirk. By the way, thank you for the couple people who commented on the last screen. That makes me happy. I would love to see more comments. Why does it say... Oh, okay, there we go. Is that already... Yeah, it's already covered there. Okay, we don't have to continue that. Alright, so these oaths... we don't have to have these in this format. We'll figure that out. Formatting will be done probably a little later, but this way we have them separated at least. This is good. Through their adherence to these, and then we go to the Forge of Worlds. All right. Okay, there we go. Constant flux. I like the idea that the place is in constant flux. It's a very good counterpoint to Arendor's realm, which is ever expanding, but just calmly a frontier. And this place is always like changing. Where is the... Let's see. Where the Wisdom of Orin. Okay, there we go. Unquenchable Fires of Zirath. Who doesn't like a good unquenchable fire? That's why I like hot sauce. And let's see, mastery. Now I did have an idea for an NPC yesterday when I was reading through Vulcan stuff. So I'm still working on it, but it was a weird one. Because what I had was a young woman who is not a deity, who is not a demigod, who nonetheless is a muse. Now, what that gave me was thinking, okay, a muse is kind of cool, having a muse in the form of, somebody who inspires people. And wanders the lands, just literally inspiring people, is kind of fun. But I'm wondering if maybe that will have to be a separate thing. It will be Scions of the Gods in a different way. Like, I'll put them under the gods, and maybe they are patrons. And there could be different ones. Like, we have a different few of them. So I'll have to figure that out with Erudi, see if that makes sense. It would be, I suppose, better if they were demigods or some kind of patron, like I said, because then if, they fall, the idea could pass on to someone else. But for whatever reason, it just interested me to think of this woman who just wandered the lands, inspiring people, and that was her whole gift, is just inspiration. And kind of innocent inspiration. Exactly. By the way, I've not been checking Kick because I had everything covered up on my thesaurus, so I'm really sorry, Dave. I need food. We all need food, he said way back when. Dave, did you get some food? Did you walk to Chick-fil-A? Did you take Tarkin out for a run? Did you go mug somebody as they were driving by and steal their Chick-fil-A? I need details. You walk the dog. Excellent. Oh, my brother is adding fuel to the fire. In addition to the shrimp boil, they had baked oysters. Damn it. How dare they? This is the brother and his wife when I visited them when they were on the Marine base in Cherry Point back in, I want to say around 2000? Maybe? No, must have been right. Well, I don't know, somewhere around the year 2000. His wife liked to cook food, and she's like, do you want more? We had a huge cookout the night before. We made steaks on the grill. We had a whole seafood and corn boil. It was just food as far as the eye could see everywhere. And the next morning, we had leftover steak. And so he warmed that up because it was pretty medium, and he warmed it up just enough to get it warm for the food, and it wasn't leathery. And she made eggs, and I was so hungry even after that night that I was like, oh yeah, I could pick up more eggs. She's like, how many do you want? I said, just keep making them, jokingly. And she kept making them. I ended up eating 13 eggs in that sitting, plus steaks, plus leftover stuff from the boil. That was the most eggs I've eaten in one sitting, and that was a good day. It was a good day. Dang it, now I want seafood. Welp, I know what I'm having for dinner tomorrow. Nice. Look at that. I almost made pasta tonight. I was just going to get some garlic and olive oil and make some pasta. And I was like, that'll be good. That'll be tasty. And then I realized that I wasn't going to have time to do any of that. Because I have no time before or after work before now to even eat. I'm like, oh, crap. So I had an apple with cayenne honey. I had a hot stick of meat, just one of those little beef sticks, pork and beef. And I had some Doritos. And to follow it up, I had a tiny little Milky Way candy bar. It was literally this big. It's one of those ones that you put in Halloween candy. That was my dinner. It's Italian, right? Ooh, pepperoni and cheese bread. That sounds good, Savage Talk. Is that going to be in your bread maker? Or using bread from your bread maker? I don't know. All right. Yerp. Vulcan, the god of creation and innovation, holds a distinct appearance akin to a dwarf. Okay. All right, let me check something in my thesaurus here. I lost my thesaurus. Closed it when I was trying to get over to kick. All right, let's go back to my thesaurus. And we'll do this. And I love learning words. Okay. Right, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. He stole from the chickens down the road. Nice, Dave, nice. Take that, chickens. My neighbors asked me if I would be opposed to them having chickens. I said, why would I care if you have chickens? They're like, well, they can be loud. It's like, I grew up on a farm. I don't care if you have chickens. You're going to understand in the morning if you have a rooster out there. They don't only call out in the morning. They call out whenever they feel like it. And they can be dang loud. So, because they're like talking about getting a whole, what do you call it? Chicken tractor. You lift up the edge of the thing and walk along your lawn so the chickens can eat, the bugs out of your lawn and everything. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. You should do that. And then they said, yeah, we're going to be doing that relatively soon. And I was like, okay. You're getting them right before winter, huh? They're like, yeah. It's like, okay. Just realize you better have that thing ready to be set up to be completely insulated in the winter, because those chicken tractors, you could buy a whole top and everything that insulates it, and that you're not going to be moving around the lawn because there's going to be feet of snow on the ground and you're going to have to get out to it. And he's like, oh, crap. Yeah, that's true. I said, so even better than that would be having a place in your garage where you could move them if you want them to actually have a warmer place to stay during the winter, but you're going to have to supplement their diet and everything because they won't have all the natural stuff they get outside. So I said, really think about what you're doing and maybe ease yourself into it if you're going to do that and start, I don't know, late winter getting everything set up, and then spring you have it ready to put them out there. And they're like, oh yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. Yeah, I don't know why they were thinking about doing it now. I think, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure they don't watch this, that his wife saw something like a TikTok or something about raising chickens at some point and is thinking it's just the coolest thing in the world now. I'm just saying. They seem to do a few things here and there that are impulsive. These are the people whose dog attacked me twice because, because they're well trained. Either they're well trained to attack me or they're just not well trained. One of the two. Anyway, if anybody wants to see what my hand looked like after the dog put a hole through it with his teeth, I can send you some fun pictures. That was a fun day. It was a bloody day. It was a red day, to quote Theoden. I don't know. That sentence doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, I don't understand. Because they were concerned at first. They're like, I don't know if it's going to be a problem with your cats. I'm like, if your chickens aren't running around free in your yard, you'll probably be fine. If your chickens are running around free in your yard, my cats will be the least of your worries because there are coyotes that live in the fields across the way. There are large birds of prey that live in the trees around here. Yeah. There are nasty little critters that run around that like eating chickens. All right, so this phrase, I'm gonna have to come back to the phrase. I'm gonna highlight this so because I can't reconcile that one in my head yet. The prose there is not quite jiving with my brain. Better a red day than a red week. Exactly. Then you got to worry about rats and other critters. Oh yeah, yeah, they're gonna have a lot of fun. I thought about having chickens out here, but I just don't want to have to deal with another set of animals right now. So I'm like, nope, holding off on that. All right. Adorned in intricately crafted armor, he carries his legendary hammer capable of shaping the very fabric of reality. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to look at this because I think this phrase has been used for one of the other gods already. Oh shoot, I never checked on cats. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check and see if they're even there. If they probably gave up at the door, which is fine. I'll be right back and go see if I'm gonna have cat visitors. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, well, no Calvino, but Benji was out there and he was trying to convince me that I needed to sit on the deck chair with him and or the patio chair with him and hang out and just watch the evening. I had to refuse. I know, leaving the cats outside, I'm so horrible. Which they probably just went upstairs through the cat door into the house and are sleeping on top of my stuff. When they're not sleeping on the chairs outside. The oldest chairs that I have that I can't throw away because they would be so upset. They don't even really sit on the new chairs. They're like, oh yeah, those chairs are fine. But this chair we've broken in. I do think it's my stuff, I know. That's exactly what they were saying too. Yeah, there's weird. There's all these things getting delivered to my house all the time. These cat toys and things. I don't remember buying them. Calvino's in here just slap, 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 slap. 2 of those, 1 of those, 3 of those. Right. Let's see. Where was that? Oh, yeah. Throughout the ages, Vulcan has collaborated with Orin, the god of knowledge and wisdom, to bring about great advancements within the realms of science, technology, and art. Okay. Creative drive is not limited to his interactions with mortals, however. Most cherished creation is his daughter, Senna, goddess of transformation and growth. Born from the sparks that flew as he tirelessly worked upon his anvil, crafting artifacts of untold power. The bond between father and daughter has greatly influenced Vulcan's actions, especially when it comes to matters involving Grix, the fallen god of deception and trickery, who would ultimately bring tragedy upon the divine family. Dun dun dun! Tumultuous period known as the God Killer War, Vulcan played a crucial role in opposing Grix and his sinister ambitions. As the father of Senna, Vulcan's motivations were deeply personal. He sought retribution for the tragic death of his beloved daughter at the hands of the treacherous god. Fueled by grief and rage, he forged mighty weapons for his fellow gods, each one imbued with his divine power and fueled by his desire for retribution. The weapons could shatter mountains and pierce the heavens themselves. Every swing of his hammer, strike of his anvil, Vulcan contributed to the war effort, ensuring that those fighting alongside him were armed with the finest tools of destruction. Which is going to make Erendor love him. Not at all. Vulcan's expertise in creation and innovation made him a valuable asset to the gods' war effort, providing him with the means to counteract Grix's formidable god-killing weapon. Vulcan's unwavering determination proved instrumental in turning the tide of battle and ultimately securing victory over the forces of the good. Okay, again, that phrase has kind of been used already. Vulcan's relationship to the other gods are defined by his creative nature and strong sense of loyalty. Particularly the close bond with Erendor, Xander, and Auriel. Erendor, the god of nature and wilds, do collaborate to ensure the delicate balance. Let's see. Despite the tremendous potential for destruction, his weapons pose. I'm trying to pull that back to Erendor not liking the idea that he's creating these things and having a hand in helping balance them a bit. Xander, the god of light and justice, represents order and stability, qualities which Vulcan appreciates in his pursuit of progress. Auriel, the goddess of love and beauty, is a source of inspiration for Vulcan, as her passionate and creative energy often sparks new ideas and inventions. His bond with Orin, the god of knowledge and wisdom, continued to flourish as they shared their knowledge and collaborated in the pursuit of innovation. Hey, this eccentric, how's it going? All right. More complex, while they do not share the same values, Xera's fiery domain fuels Vulcan's forge, creating a symbiotic connection between the two. Creative partnership has led to the creation of some of the most powerful artifacts in Erudian history, okay? Loss of Senna also served to fuel Vulcan's disdain for those who once had been close to her, such as Kika, goddess of trickery and mischief, whose complicated relationship with her brother Grix made her an object of suspicion. Vulcan's love for his daughter overshadowed any previous fondness he may have held for Kilkiki, turning once an amicable connection one of mistrust and resentment. Vulcan's love for his daughter Senna and his unwavering commitment to progress to drive him in both his alliances and rivalries. Traits have come to define his actions within the Pantheon as well as interaction. Okay, so I'm just noting a few more things. Okay, I'm going to highlight this here because I want to come back to this. I want to explore this a little further. Right, Vulcan is a deity. God of creation and innovation. His alignment is good. Stands for progress, invention, and the pursuit of knowledge. So, Erudi, if you're still listening here, one thing I was going to mention is you do actually specifically point out, and this is probably intentional, I'm guessing, that some of the gods have literally just good as their alignment. Others are like neutral good or chaotic or whatever. I'm guessing that's specific. You did that on purpose. I'm not sure if that's kind of like what you did with the dragons. Just making sure. All right, his opposition lies in stagnation, destruction, and ignorance. All right, can I put these sentences together? He stands for progress. We'll put that as a semicolon. So then the sentence is, he stands for progress, innovation, the pursuit of knowledge. He opposes stagnation, destruction, and ignorance. Vulcan's behavior is greatly influenced by his desire to inspire mortals and other gods alike to push the boundaries of their understanding and capabilities. Among his many abilities, Vulcan possesses the power to imbue creations with exceptional properties and can manipulate fire to forge items of unparalleled quality. His divine magic allows him to guide and awaken the creative spirit with those he deems worthy. I have a very fun idea suddenly for something I need to note right after this. This just gave me a thought. Just thought of something fun. Where did that line go? All right. Okay, how about I type this word right? It'll make a lot more sense. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hey, Scott. How is it going? Hopefully well. Hopefully well. You're having a fun time. Eccentric, what are you working on for your story? Okay, there we go. Holy symbol of Vulcan is an intricate representation of a forge hammer crossed behind an anvil. Master over creation, serves as a constant reminder to his followers of the importance of industry, creativity, and the transformative power of fire. Hammer and anvils become synonymous with progress, inspiration, and the resilience required to shape one's destiny. Okay. Devotees of Vulcan. What is it complaining about that? Check whether a quantity word or phrase is needed here. Thanks, word. Yes, it is. Idiotic program. Their worship temples, rituals associated with. Okay, the consecration of new forges, where his followers ignite a ceremonial forge fire in honor of their patron deity. Offerings are made in the form of finely crafted objects, which are placed upon an altar before the hammer and anvil, symbolizing the culmination of the worshipper's hard work. Spelling there. Dedication to their craft. Like the stream. Please do so. And definitely, like I said last time, it was nice having a couple of comments. Hachiko gave a good comment. And Chrysanth gave a nice comment. So if you guys can comment after the stream today, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic, especially if you have thoughts on any of the stuff we're going over here. That would be great. I would love it. It gets us out to more people, too. Look, it's Michaela! Hey, Michaela, did you know you could screenshot stuff? I'm going to duck out now before she hits me. Commander was telling me that there's a way you can screenshot things. Yay, Scott, thanks. Been driving like a mad woman. Oh, yeah, she's going to kill me. She's going to remove Thrush as her focus in the Fellowship in the Fear of Ages past. Though, honestly, I think she's gotten the short end of the stick on that focus 90% of the time, because usually he is at the forefront of everything, taking wounds, and she is getting points of shadow because of it. So I think he's going to have to start assisting her on rolls and giving her bonuses to things. I had to get your car fixed today, and so most of my money went to that. Ah, that sucks. Savage Talk. I should do what my group does. Wait until you tell me 5 more times after the stream and during the week to like it. Hey, that's a great idea. I love it. No, I don't love that. All right, where are we at? Oh, by demonstrating their commitment to innovation and creation, followers of Vulcan strive to emulate the qualities embodied by the revered deity, seeking his favor and guidance as they continue to forge ahead in pursuit of progress and enlightenment. Okay, so Erudi, you're going to have to bear with me on this one because I have an idea for something. Again. I don't know what they would be called. I would love for occasionally the sparks of his creation of the Forge gain life, gain sentience. Like some of them are little spark spirits or fey spirits that I don't know what they would do. Go around and do things before they burn out. Like they have a limited time on the world, and maybe those are what inspire people. I don't know. It's kind of a fairy tale weird idea, but I like it. Kind of like they have the ability to endow like a person or a thing with one little spark, like an idea or energy or something before their little brief lives end. Kind of like the ghost of Christmas Present. You know, her time on, or his time. I can't remember now. Time on the Earth is very short, and they have that one thing that they do. And so they're kind of like a little blessing from him, but that could be entertaining, especially to somebody who follows Vulcan. Could be entertaining. Screenshot and screen recorder, different things. Nice. Hopefully, you can actually hit you now. Josh doesn't get hurt. Hey, I think she's going to be super deadly, quite honestly, and that's going to be a good thing for the whole group. Need to complete 14 more rides to get a $110 bonus. Oh, really? It's wow. They have a volume. When do you have to complete those rides by? I'd give you a thumbs up and a like somehow if I could, but I can't. I can't do it. All right, so we got those worshippers of Vulcan. All right, the worship of Vulcan transcends geographical boundaries as his influence is felt across the diverse landscapes of Erudia. Soul-forged dwarves, small folk, and gnomes are drawn to the god of creation and innovation due to their innate affinity for craftsmanship, ingenuity, and the tireless pursuit of progress. Okay. I'm going to delve deep into the earth, extracting precious metals and gems, which they expertly transform into remarkable works of art and engineering. Similarly, the gnomes and small folk residing in bustling cities and idyllic countryside workshops revere Vulcan as a source of inspiration and guidance for their endless quest, or in their endless quest for knowledge and the perfection of their crafts. Okay, got it. 5 a.m. Wow. Well, good luck if you're going to be doing that. Good luck. Hope you can get a whole bunch of short little rides in for people. Woof. beings of living metal whose avatars were originally created by Vulcan's divine energy, hold a unique connection to Vulcan as they embody the very essence of creation, working tirelessly to advance the state of art and technology. That's an interesting statement, since we know that they're not exactly the most loved creatures and somewhat cursed. We'll have to visit that sentence again. I think about that one. Lots of croissant rides. My car hadn't been bleeped. I would have gotten it already. Oh, that sucks. Prayers often recount tales of Vulcan's own legendary accomplishments, serving to remind the faithful of the grandeur and wonder to be achieved through perseverance and dedication to craft. It's extremely doable. Well, that's good. That's good. I hope you hit it. That would be great, because that would probably offset some of the cost of fixing the car. Ow, there we go. In addition to these daily devotions, followers of Vulcan come together to celebrate significant milestones and achievements within their respective communities. During these gatherings, artisans and craftsmen present their finest work before an assembly of their peers, showcasing the results of their labor and the skills they have honed under Vulcan's watchful eye. Offerings to Vulcan typically consist of high-quality materials such as rare metals or gems that have been expertly crafted into intricate works of art or functional tools. Offerings are then placed upon a sacred altar before the iconic hammer and anvil, symbolizing the worshipper's commitment to the ideals espoused by the god of creation and innovation. Through these methods of worship, the followers of Vulcan demonstrate their unwavering devotion to the pursuit of progress and enlightenment, striving to embody the qualities exemplified by the revered deity. Okay. Thankfully, it was a pretty easy fix. I might make my money back. Well, I hope you do. And it's nice when it's an easy fix. It's too bad that it had to even be a fix. But I suppose everything does fall apart. Entropy is a thing. Vulcan expects his worshippers to follow a strict moral and ethical code centered around the principles of hard work, innovation, and the pursuit of knowledge. Honesty, humility, and cooperation are also highly valued, as these traits foster a productive and supportive environment in which individuals can learn from one another and grow in their respective crafts. Worshippers who abide by these principles and strive to push the boundaries of their abilities are often rewarded with inspiration and guidance from Vulcan himself. God has been known to visit particularly dedicated followers in their dreams or even during moments of intense concentration. Okay. Oh, how about I use the right word here? That's why that sentence doesn't sound right. There we go. From. And inspiration has an N in it, not an M. Inspiration. I made up a new word. Okay, there we go. A loose spark plug and a purge valve that needed to get replaced. Oh. Years ago, I drove a car in the early 20s. I'm glad I did it back then and not now. Yeah, I don't drive because I'm mostly blind, so I don't think anyone would want me to be driving. It's probably safer. In fact, if society would mind paying me, that'd be great to not be on the road. I'd love it. Boop. All right. Those who fall short of Vulcan's expectation may find themselves facing challenges designed to test their resolve and dedication. These trials can be as simple as a sudden setback in one's work or as complex as a series of seemingly insurmountable obstacles that force the individual to reassess their priorities, reaffirm their commitment to their chosen path. They were creation, elite group of warriors and artisans who have sworn their lives to the service of their god. Long ago, by a small group of master smiths and craftsmen who sought to protect the sacred knowledge and traditions of their people against the encroaching guardians. Okay. Core tenet of their faith. A whole new direction. Pay people to not commit potential crimes. I think it's probably a little bit niche, but, you know, maybe. It sounds kind of mafia-ish, maybe. I don't know. But they still commit crimes, so I guess. Okay. Honesty, humility, and cooperation, fostering an environment of mutual growth and support among their peers. Okay. Committed to facing the trials set before them with determination and resolve, never wavering in their pursuit of knowledge and mastery. Okay. Strive for greatness and embrace the transformative power of creation. That all works together pretty well. All right. The plane on which Vulcan's palace resides is known as the Forge. Okay. Skies are alive with reeks of molten metals that continually rain down upon the ever-shifting landscape below. Mountains of iron, copper, and gold rise from endless seas of shimmering magma, forming an otherworldly tableau of elemental forces in constant flux. Do that name make sense there? Or that word, I should say. Okay, there's an update to my stream deck available. Great, thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me, computer. Trying to find a good word here. That is not a good word for it. That word works well, but we'll do this. Let's see. Been watching YouTube videos of this group of people committing car insurance fraud. Funny part is people found the car elsewhere. A day later, few found the car elsewhere. The window smashed, tagged fraud, and rats. Day later, they found the car at a police station. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess people were done with it. I did see a video of some people stopping, tried to cause a crash, and then backing into a car. And then taking pictures and acting all worried and hurt and getting out and then realizing, oh, they have a dash cam. And then I'm kind of like, oh, dear. We're in trouble. Oh, is that... Oh, that is the one? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of surprising how many people don't realize that they don't really have any privacy in public. You're not assured privacy when you're out in public at all. Public place, you can be recorded. They don't, they can't always record audio, but video out in public. All right, where was that? Oh yeah, I changed the word here. I got to use the word coalescent, which is nice. I don't get to use that word very often. Coalescent. I don't know if you guys could actually hear that. I tried to play the sound. Oh, you probably couldn't. Never mind, you couldn't hear. You couldn't hear the computer lady say the word. All right, Fortress of Eternity. Colossal structure formed from the very essence of creation itself. I have to think about that. See if that's the intention behind the name. Okay. Vulcan's seat of power, the crucible in which he endlessly shapes and reshapes the destiny of Erudi. I should probably look. Okay, I got almost 20 minutes left. Within its hallowed halls, the god tirelessly labors over his divine forge, guided by the wisdom of Orin, fueled by the unquenchable fires of Zerath. The palace designed to inspire wonder and spark the imagination, serving as both a workshop for the god's own projects, a haven for his most devoted followers to hone their craft. Anvil creation, library of invention, gallery of masterworks. Okay. Yeah, Savage Shock. So I had a question. Did you buy the game? I was curious about that because I didn't respond to it because I was in the middle. I was, yeah, doing stuff kind of late, unfortunately. Because that is the one. If I'm not wrong, let me make sure it's the same one. Let me get back here and not make my machine go crazy. Because I think this is the same one that Moss told us about too. Yeah, the come on, machine. Yeah, the kind of hello, city managey kind of one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I didn't buy it yet, but I have it on my list of things to look at because it is interesting. It kind of looks cool. I was playing some Planet Crafter at lunch. Getting close to quitting my second job, Feline Name, JJ says. Oh, I missed a couple. They only see the potential benefit of them, lose all intelligence about the potential downsides. Exactly. Only reason cops got involved was a video going to media. Thanks, cops. Very close to quitting your second job. I do not. My bank stole lots of money from me. Oh, that sounds like fun. Bank stealing money? Not good. I think I may have told you guys before about the time my bank stole money from me. Unintentionally. But it was a blunder of colossal magnitude on their part. And they, to their credit, they fixed it within an hour of me noticing it. Because I had sold a ton of stock and took everything out of this other account that I had because I was getting ready to buy the land for my house years ago, I went into the bank with a cashier's check for $125,000. And I put it in, and I got a receipt, and I left, and I walked right back in, and I looked, because I checked my account balance, like, within 15 minutes, and I said, "Hi, my account shows me as almost $95,000 overdrawn. And I just put all this money in because I'm going to be making a purchase of land soon." And they're like, "Oh, that seems odd. Oh, here's the problem. Whoever put it in, whoever that was, put it in as a withdrawal accidentally instead of that. So it was an honest mistake. We're not going to blame anyone." I was like, "No, it's that guy right there. I literally did it 15 minutes ago." And they're like, "Well, we're not interested in really pointing fingers." And I'm like, "I'm literally pointing a finger at him." And the old guy was just like, and he went into the back of the bank, and I didn't see him again. And I was like, "So what would you guys have done?" And they had a whole like, "Oh, the manager's like, no, this is fine, blah, we're going to give you a better rate on a CD if you want, or this or that." And I said, "You think I'm going to put more money in your bank after you do something that idiotic? No." So got it all sorted out, and that was a fun day. Fun day. Not surprised that bank closed eventually, got bought out by another bank. Weird. Yeah, that was a fun one. I've never seen that large of a negative number in an account. Ever. I was like, man, that's going to be quite the overdraft fee. Yeah. An old man is pushing my buttons and crying to corporate. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sorry, JJ. No. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Let's see. What was I doing here? Causing problems. That's what I was doing, causing problems. Yeah. Okay, Vulcan's power and influence span the breadth of Erudia, inspiring mortals to reach beyond their limitations, embrace the transformative power of creation. Friends can be felt every act of invention, every masterpiece crafted, and every breakthrough achieved. Through his tireless work and the actions of his worshippers, Vulcan ensures that the fires of progress continue to burn brightly, driving the people of Erudia ever onward in their quest for knowledge and mastery. Manifold central figure in the pantheon of the gods, he not only shapes the destiny of the mortal realm through his divine power, but also plays a crucial part in the ongoing story of his fellow deities. Bitter memories of his beloved daughters leave readers with a sense of the profound complexity that lies at the heart of his enigmatic deity. There we go. That works. Okay. Look at that. We got through 2 of them. 2 of them. Plus I got notes on some stuff for the Fae Sparks, which is not really the Fae Sparks. I just got to come up with a different name. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do this. There, Divine Sparks. We'll just call it Divine Sparks. Had to put too much money in my checking account in the 80s. Tell them about it was over $8,000. They never thanked me either. Oh, of course not. They probably were like, "Wait, can we get this guy for something? Can we do it? Can we do it?" I should probably check my time. Okay, I got 12 minutes left. I got 12 minutes. 11 minutes. There we go. Yep, bastards. Old man named Frost be pushing your buttons as well? No, thankfully Frost pushes all the right buttons for me. Thanks, Dave. That's great. I'm really uncomfortable now. So, finger guns. Right at ya. Finger guns. Next is going to be talking about the rest of the godly court. So I'm going to be, I'll be getting that set up because Arintha is going to be the next one up. The goddess of fate and destiny. She'll be a fun one. None of my team could show up for the meeting because they have their heads up their butts, the JJ says. Tried to take the fall, but the guy just wouldn't accept it and move on. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, if he gets his wish and you go to another job, then maybe he'll be on the hook for all that work. Not fun. I got asked a question today about something that there was a bug and nobody's quite figured out what's causing it. And I spent maybe 45 minutes or so troubleshooting and asking a lot of pointed questions of the team that was asking me. Got to the end, realized that none of us could quite tell why it was happening, but we narrowed down kind of the realm and where it could be happening, specifically on a map level. Like something is set up incorrectly in some deep part of the way this map was created. And there are a few files I had to check because they compiled the map, they did all this stuff, they did all my checks. I dug into everything while they were digging into it. We looked at line by line through all the different files and code to see if there were any differences, and found a few, tested them, didn't find it. It was a lot of fun. It was really good because I don't get to talk to those guys all the time. I love working with that team, and they were really having a good time. We had a lot of fun chatting back and forth during it. And one of the guys at the end was like, "Good God, I miss working with you." He's like, "Your whole team just has the desire to actually get to the bottom of the things. They'll work with us. They'll take some time out of their day. We'll discuss things. We'll come to an understanding. We'll figure out where people's strengths and weaknesses are. Then we go out of the conversations always in a better place." He's like, "That's why we love working with you guys." I said, "Hey, I love working with you guys too." And it was the feel-good time. And one of the guys came in, he's like, "All right, break it up. You guys are supposed to be game developers. You're supposed to be a bunch of egotistical jackasses, so act like it." And so I just sent him a thumbs up. It was a good way to end the meeting. It was fun. I liked it. So as much as I hate some of those meetings where we have the person who's just like, "Okay, what did you do?" I have an equal number of meetings where it's just working with other developers who are just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so much fun." I love it. We do have... Okay, all right, got it. Accurate. Game devs are the worst. The most passive-aggressive thing to do. Exactly. I was just like, here you go. Here's your thumbs up. I've been told that putting thumbs up, ... and what's the other thing? It was the smiley face are things that really trigger people like Gen Z or Alpha or whatever the heck they're called. I'm just like, what? These are just things people use. I would tend to not use them at all, but you guys use them all the time. You tell me there's some that are off limits? Okay. How am I supposed to know that? Once Human looks fun again? Yeah, but aren't they going to reset everything in Once Human? Thanks, Chrysanth. You got them all. She collected all of them. I think you did it right. I think you triggered everyone. There you go. I have to understand. No, I don't want to understand. I don't want to understand nothing. Oh yeah, periods at the end of messages. I don't understand people. Yeah. Love the real team spirit. Work goes by fast and most everyone has a great day too. Then you have the divisionists that has to ruin everything. Oh yeah. Very nice eccentric. Very nice eccentric. The ellipses. The triggering ellipses. It makes people sad. I don't understand. People don't understand at all how Gen X thinks. We played that We played Operation, that damn game. What was the other one? Concentration? Is that the one where it had the timer and you had all the shapes and you had to put them in as fast as you could? And if you didn't do it in time, it boom! Shot all the damn things all over the place? Or Don't Break the Ice with the little penguins on it? Come on! Our games are all about nerve-wracking everything. And that was when we got to be inside. There we go. Nice, Dave. Nice. Very nice. I trigger everyone to make them feel uncomfortable. Woohoo! Hey, Kyle, you made it back to the end. Woo! Hopefully your arms are nice and tired, or your legs, whichever you did. Hopefully you didn't skip leg day. Okay. All right. We got that set. I'm gonna save this because I don't want. Whoops! I don't want to forget to save it. Boop. All right. The boop noise. Arms. Leg day comes later. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I caught Kibble sitting on my workbench. Or my workbench, the bench for my my bench press and everything, and she's just sitting there loafed up, and I'm like, you can lay on there, you know that that's where I sit, and she doesn't usually cause me any problems. She got up and she's like, and starts doing the kneading with her paws, and I was like, nope. I threw a towel over there towards her, and she was just like, Row. She came over to me. I put a towel back because normally I have a towel laying on it so we don't rip it open, and I forgot today. And she was like, yay, I'm sitting on it. Like, dang it. All right, so we've got all this stuff going on. I got to do the lizard folk thing too. That reminds me. I did make a note of that, and I put the note on the map here. This is good. I'm going to have to take a screenshot of this. In fact, I'll do that right now because I want to have a shot of the area. And we will open that in the editor. By the way, if you guys have never used a program called GreenShot, it's very nice. Because, let me see, I'm not sure if you can see this on here. I think Chrysanthemum's seen it because it doesn't always show you what I'm screenshotting. But if you see, can you see the, oh, you can't see it. Oh, never mind. Never mind, you can't see it. When you bind it to a key, it brings up a little crosshair for you to start, the corner, and you drag and it creates a square or rectangle. But it gives you a super zoomed in magnifying glass around it. It's like super to the pixel level, so you can grab a screenshot with the pixel edges, and you can open it up in an image editor if you right click. Well, after you choose what you're going to do, you select the area and then say, I want to copy it, I want to put it in the image editor. It's a free program. I use it all the time. It's so easy to draw on. It's so easy to use. I like it way more than the snipping tool. So many ruined blankets because of biscuit making. Yeah. If you look up GreenShot, it's a really nice tool, especially if you need to take a very close cropped edge screenshot. I've been using it for years and years. I love it. And the editor is not bad. You can put like little numbers and notes and stuff on it. It's a very nice screenshot tool. It's very nice. All right, so I think it's almost time for me to get the heck out of here. So what I'm gonna do is sit back, be happy that we got through a couple more of these, and I'm gonna tell you things. The things are this. Please like and comment. Please, I don't want to have to send Chrysanth towards you. She is 5 hours away from anyone. She might even actually get Michaela to drive her to you. So do it. Like and comment. Stick around after this. I try to end the stream pretty quickly, so you should be able to comment. Throw a comment on there, please. It definitely gets it out to more people. Makes people happy. You guys have been great with all the views. The likes are great. So comments are the next thing. Love the comments. Love comments. But I have been Frost, and I still am Frost, but I have been Frost. I'll just stop there. I'll go down a deep hole. I'm Frost. This has been Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore for the Legend Seeker TTRPG that Erudi is making. You can find me here on Moonskull on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 7, doing this. You can find me elsewhere in my Linktree. You can find me on Moonskull and all these other places. Anyway, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I'm going to end the stream pretty quickly, and then we'll get ourselves into the comments. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night.